Hey guys, welcome back. Here I am, Helen, to your Be Deliciously with Helen and Guard, my webinars. And I interview amazing law of attraction experts here. And I'm absolutely delighted with my next guest. I'm excited beyond. I have the wonderful Jen Sincero. So welcome, Jen. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so thrilled to have you. You would not believe how persistent I've been to get this interview with you. So knowing what you write in your books, you'll be proud of me.
Well, rock on, woman.
Thank you. Welcome to the UK. I wish I'd realized more about where you'd be, because I would have certainly pulled out all the stops to actually meet you in person. How's your tour going?
Oh, it's so much fun. It's awesome. Yeah, people are really coming out. Everybody, it's so nice to meet all the badasses all over the world. It's really, really special.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And congratulations on your success. You deserve it all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I listened to your first book. I've got it here, but I listened to it and I cannot tell you how good it was to have your voice in my head 24/7. And I love the fact. Sorry?
Oh, nothing. I'm just making like space noises, like I'm in your head.
Oh yeah, yes. Because, and I must thank you on behalf of everybody for narrating your own books, because to have you reading it and with your humor and it adds to the book. So thank you for doing that. Now, what I'd like to ask you is how you managed to write your books with such humor, because I know that the universe, the law of attraction, loves to have a sense of humor, and your books, I believe part of the why people love them so much is because you inject so much humor into them. So how did you manage to write these amazing books and be so humorous at the same time?
Because the human condition is ridiculous, and the things that we do to stop ourselves from succeeding are pretty damn funny to me. I mean, I don't know. And I also just think that when you're laughing and when you're being entertained, it's much easier to learn. Personally, I take much more information in that way. And that's why I wanted to do something a little different with my books and help people absorb the information through humor and story and things like that.
Yes. I mean, I've only read, like I said, I've got both your books here. I've read both the Badasses book, but are your other books as funny as those are?
I think so. Yeah, it's more fun for me to write comedy anyway. It's the most enjoyable thing for me to do. So that's also why, might as well have fun while you're working.
Absolutely. And when did you discover that you were so humorous, Jen? Because I have been, some of your books, I'd be lying there reading or listening and I'd be cracking up with laughter because they're so funny and they're also so true. I'll get on to something else that I've bought, but yeah, I'd love to know, when did you start to realize you were really funny?
Well, I come from a really, really funny family. There's 4 kids in my family. My mom is hilarious. And it was sort of like a writer's room at the breakfast table. Just, you had to funny or die, really. And it would just be, everybody one-upping each other around the table. Friends would come over and just be like shell-shocked because, everything was zinging around the table. So I was trained well by my tribe. I mean, we think we're hilarious. So, whether other people do or not is whatever, but we just think we're great.
It must be so fantastic to have a family that's so funny. It must be great atmosphere there.
Yeah, really, really nice.
I actually read, I'm not quite sure, it's in this book, I read about your mum realizing what the word TWAT meant.
I know, I showed her that story before I put it in the book. I was like, Mom, you're getting thrown under the bus early on. But she thought it was hilarious, so she said, go for it.
Oh, that's good. It's interesting because in your book, you write about what you in the US refer to your bum as a fanny. You might know already that in the UK, we call that something else.
I don't. What do you call it?
Let's just say it's a part of a woman's anatomy.
That's what you call a butt?
No, the other word, Fanny.
I'm confused.
I'll share it with you privately. I'll share it with you privately.
Okay.
Now, yeah, what I loved as well in your book, one of the many things I loved, is how you refer to the analogy between sex and money, how we don't talk about either. Can you share more on that?
Well, I think that we have created taboos around things that are huge parts of our lives, and it fills us with a lot of shame and doubt and worry and mystery. And, but yet we're expected to be really good at both. Having sex and making money is supposed to be something you just automatically know how to do, even though nobody tells you anything about it, and you're not supposed to ever talk about it because it's so dirty. So I just thought it was a great analogy. It's something everybody wants and everybody wants to be good at, and yet, God forbid, you open your mouth about it,
Absolutely. And tell me, how did you, or what, I mean, when you wrote your books initially, were your editors or publishers, were they sort of kind of, you can't write about this? Because in your books, you write such truth in there. And, we laugh because it's like, oh my God, that's so true. So were you told, you can't write about that, or that's really not appropriate at any stage?
No. I mean, they get a proposal before they publish the book. So the book proposal is full of everything that's going in the book. So they know what they're getting into before that happens.
Yes, yes. And because obviously you've written on a subject that's very close to my heart, law of attraction, which happens all the time. When did you first realize that you could, when did you first really start manifesting amazing things?
Well, I've actually manifested amazing things my whole life, I think. Absolutely. I've seen, whether I was conscious that I was manifesting them, I feel very, very blessed. I've had an awesome life. And, but with the money thing, I was so busy blocking myself for so long that that was the one thing that I was just like, what is going on with me? So that, I wasn't doing such a good job manifesting stuff in that department. And that's why I had to start focusing on and change that. But I do believe, we manifest stuff all the time, be it good or bad. The stuff you worry about and focus on all the time, you keep manifesting. So we're all manifesting everything all the time. But I became more of a conscious manifester once I started dealing with all my money stuff. And then, went on to use that knowledge and that consciousness for other stuff in my life too.
Sure. And can you share, I know you said about how one of the things that was blocking you was that your dad used to give you money, and you realized that even though you didn't need the money, you would still take it off him because you knew that's what I think of as a love language. His love language was giving you money. What else did you realize was blocking you?
I really believed I couldn't be an artist and be rich at the same time that I'd be selling out, because I was a musician and a writer, that like those two worlds should never meet. I really believed that money was there for other people and not for me, that I would see these people with, big houses and I felt like they were a different species. Like they were somehow grown-ups and I was a 17-year-old boy living in a converted garage. Like I felt like I could never be that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And so suddenly it all starts to change?
Well, not suddenly, but then I realized, I just one day decided that I didn't want to live that way anymore. And I started looking around and looking at different things. And I started reading self-help books, and I started going to motivational seminars and studying money and focusing on, money meditations and doing a lot of stuff that I was too cool to do before, and forced myself outside my comfort zone and, changed everything that I was doing when it came to money. And that's how everything started turning around.
Right. Fantastic. Now, one of the stories you share in the book, which I just think is hilarious, when you're house sitting and you come back and the goats have gone crazy in the house. Now, that is hilarious, but you apparently stayed so calm.
Well, what was I going to do? I mean, there was nothing left to break. The ghost completely destroyed my house. So I just sort of quietly moved them outside and started cleaning up. It was bananas.
And you had to spend, was it $1,000 on was it your car, or was the damage in the house $1,000?
They jumped all over my car too, and I had to replace the hood. It was $1,000. It was a brand new Audi, so that was a bummer.
You just seem to take it on your stride, though. Just quite incredible.
Well, when you have the luxury of writing it 2 years after it happened, you don't need to have the temper tantrum. But believe me, there are plenty of temper tantrums involved.
Yes. One of the things that stood out in the book to me is an expression you've got in there, and I've heard this the other day as well, which is just amazing, which is slow down and shut up. Can you elaborate more on that, please?
Well, personally, I feel like I speed through life, and that there's part of being present is slowing down and breathing and, taking in what's in front of you instead of running around in your head and getting to the next place. So that is something I'm, focusing on. I know I was put on earth to learn patience, and, I'm still learning. So slowing down and shutting up is a lot for me about patience. And then just, becoming more of a listener than a speaker. Just getting quiet and being much more intentional with my words and my need to speak, and just taking that for a spin and see how that goes.
Yes, yes. I heard somebody say the other day, and it's so true, we were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that's the way it should be used.
That's a good one.
Yes, yes. So do you spend much time in the day meditating? Is that your thing to just be still, or do you have something else?
I spend a lot of time reading, and I spend a lot of time hiking, which is a meditation of mine. I fall in and out of my meditation practice a lot. Sometimes I'm really religious with it, and sometimes I'm not. But I'm always doing something, it's for me, usually it's walking and getting quiet while I'm walking and not listening to anything, but just really being, more mindful while I'm walking.
Yes, yes. That's something I've started to do. I have, as I said, I have audiobooks, and for a while, whenever I would walk, I would listen to the audiobook, and now I've started to walk and just listen, and it's beautiful. And you get so much clearer in your head when you just walk and you're just listen to nature and you're just enjoying it. It's very powerful.
Yeah, it's nice to get your body involved, not just be in your head all the time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. I'm just looking at my notes. What else I've got to ask you? So what you've written this, both these books are absolutely incredible. They're just fantastic. What's your next on your agenda? Is there another, you're so busy obviously promoting this book, and the success is just incredible. What do you have, can you give any tips of what your next book is coming out to be?
I get asked that question a lot, and I really stand by. I'm celebrating You Are a Badass at Making Money. I just gave birth a couple months ago, and I'm just gonna celebrate the new baby right now. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Absolutely. So you're very much living in the moment of this just coming, and of course, people are still. I spoke to somebody this morning, and they've just got it, and I have to say, if anybody watching, you haven't got this, you've got to get this book. I started reading it. Like I said, I normally listen to them. I started reading it, and I couldn't put it down. It is just, it's such a brilliant book. I love the exercise you've got at the end. They are just brilliant. It's a phenomenal book. Have all your friends read it and things, Jen?
They better have. I've been on tour, so I haven't been able to breathe down their neck. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing right now. Those friends of mine.
Yes, yes. And how have you found you've enjoyed being? Is this the first time you've been in the UK?
No, I've been many times.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yes, yes. And you have to say you're part Italian. That's one of my favorite places. I've got an intention to go there this year. So do you go back there much?
Not enough, but I've been back many times. Yeah, I love Italy. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Jen, for sharing your time with us. Is there anything you'd like to share with everyone before you go? Any kind of where can they learn more about you, and how much longer are you touring for?
I'm almost done. So tomorrow's my last day, actually. So for now, but we'll, I'll be back. And if you would like to know when I come back, excuse me, if you go to my website, jensincero.com, it's Jen, and then Sincero's like sincere. So it's JenSincero.com, and you can sign up for my email list there, and we will let you know all the Jen Sincero news that you need to know.
Fantastic. And again, these are the two. Well, you've written more than what these books are, haven't you, Jen? You've written, how many more have you written?
2 others.
Right. But you have to tell you guys, I have to say, and there's no word of a lie here, these would be two of the best books I've ever read. They are just so funny. And if you want to know more about the law of attraction, how to improve your life, you've got to get these. And if you want to know more about me, click the link below and come and learn how to work more with the law of attraction, find out about me. And in between, I will see you next time. And thanks, Jen, so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. Well, have a great day. Thanks so much.